All right. Welcome back to Tats and Gats podcast. This is episode 4 with our very special guest, Jack Mauk. Thank you for making the trek out here and coming in person.
Thanks for having me on.
Of course, we've got
Lee with RKB.
and our sponsors are Inkton Tools and
RKB Tactical.
there we go. Jack, welcome. Thank you so much. We're just like kind of got into like a conversation before we even recorded. Yeah, man, so cool to have you here. I've looked up to your work for a very long time.
Thanks,
Everything you do is like amazing, and yeah, especially all your large scale Japanese stuff. Like big fan of your stuff. So excited to have you here. And then, you know, and I reached out to you. I had seen in some of your stories you do some shooting, so I thought, what a cool person to have on. So thanks for being here.
Yeah, it kind of fits. I like the name, by the way. Like, I know you asked me something about that. But I fucking love it, dude.
Yeah, it's like hit or miss. Everyone's like, I don't really like the word tat, but I was like, it's kind of catchy,
dude?
man.
You can't take this shit too serious.
Yeah.
You
No.
know?
Well, we tried a few other names.
It just didn't work. And this one just kept sticking. We're like, dude, like it's weird, but it's rad at the same time. And people are just going to remember it.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're like, screw it, we're rolling with it.
Like, how else can you describe like tattoos and guns in one? Yeah.
And he's like, check out this logo. I was like, rad. Like, it's just,
Well, I think they're both like kind of mockery of each other.
Yeah.
But it's like we're in it, so it's like we're allowed to do that. Like if you're an outsider and you're like, oh, let me get a tat.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we'll get you a tat, bro. You know, and like
We get
same with
inked
gas.
up.
Like nobody calls it a fucking gat, but like it fits.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, if you walk into a gun store and say "gat," you're probably gonna get treated how you
Or double checked on your fucking on your dross and shit.
please leave.
I was at a rifle supply and this guy was in there to do a private party transfer and he had it like in his waistband. I don't think it was loaded, but he like walked up and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna sell this gun to her." And he like pulls it out and the guy's like, "Bro, that is the sketchiest way I've ever seen someone like hand the gun over."
Person to person exchange.
Yeah.
One of the
There you
gun
go.
stores.
Yeah, he just like pulled it out. I was like, "Dude,
Aggressive.
We just did that today. Shout out to Rifle Supply.
nah."
Justin is going to be on. The owner of Rifle Supply is coming here soon.
So we typically do the start of every episode. We'll have you do a pocket dump or an EDC, or if you don't want to do that, like maybe is there anything you carry on a daily basis? Do you conceal carry? If you don't want to disclose that, you don't
This
have
is
to.
what I was telling you. What I will say is yes, I do. Without incriminating myself. I mean, there's that saying, dude, like, what is it? Like, I'd rather wear orange than be 6 feet under or something like
100%.
that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just moved to Santa Ana it's two months ago, dude. LA was really hard to get CCWs for a long time.
Yep.
I heard Villanueva before. I think he's out now.
Yeah.
But like there was like a window where you could get CCWs. And at that time, I was actually looking to move from Long Beach back to Orange County. So I was like, oh, I'll just wait. I'll wait. I mean, dude, it took me a year to fucking, find a house, big enough for the family and like, big enough for me and what our needs. And so it just, all that stuff got kind of pushed by the wayside. But, when I'm with my kids and, my lady and, when I'm at the shop and,
Yep.
Because it's just a ticket right now. So
Yeah. It's like a misdemeanor, right?
yeah, it's not even that. They were like bumping them down to just tickets. Like,
Really?
Yeah. Because
Even
it's
in
not like
condition one with one
like
in the chamber?
like if it's registered to you, like
Yeah.
like no one's really gonna care about it that much.
You also got to get like pulled over, and I think I've always said like never do 2 illegal things at once. Like have your tags squared away. And
All that shit's good. It's just my driving, dude. My driving is I'm a fucking maniac.
I know you when you message, you're like, I'm on my way. It's these slow ass drivers. I'm like, I feel that.
I mean, it's Sunday, everybody's like, but I'm like, behind a RAV4 and like a street bike, and they're both going 45, and I'm just like, dude, you're on a bike.
Like,
What are you doing?
get out of my way.
Just go.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What's Orange County? You got to wait a few more months before you can apply right now.
I don't know, man. I mean, I just bought a new gun about a month ago.
There you go.
And I didn't have you have to have the utility.
Yeah.
Your license has to match.
Yeah.
And all that stuff.
yeah.
So the loophole for me was to go and get my fishing license, which I needed to re-up on it anyways.
Do you fish?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What do you like to fish?
Fucking whatever, dude.
Yeah.
I honestly, dude, I like to go up to, we got a buddy that lives up in Utah, up in Bryan Head. And we've been doing that the past, I don't know. My buddy Mike's been doing that for years. He's old friends with them. I'm new into that group, so we've been going ice fishing up there.
Oh, sick.
Yeah,
rad.
Penguich Lake and
Nice.
near Bryan Head. He's got a cabin up there, and it's fucking rad.
Dope.
Trout, shit like that.
Nice.
But yeah, so I had to get my fishing license so I could buy the gun, and then so I just picked that up. Where were we going with this?
Oh, everyday carrier or
yeah,
CCW or whatever.
Yeah.
What gun did you get?
The I don't know what they call it, the Mark 18. It's just the California legal.
Oh, nice.
320.
You're gonna do the little conversion kit on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still legal as long as you buy it. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that little, it's just like a screw and a spring, dude.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Like I know they're selling the whole kits like with the frame and everything too. You can swap everything out.
Oh, no. So what I meant is I thought you meant like
To make
that
it
safety
to make
that
it
safety
less
spring.
retarded. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was-
none of it makes sense.
None of it makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It just makes it harder to fucking dry fire at home.
Yeah.
But then
Retarded.
once you get your actual permit, you won't need any utility bills or anything. Like you use that as your second form, and it makes it so
The
much easier.
CCW.
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah, you're just like,
Yeah.
why didn't I do this before?
And then
weird-
how long does that last? Like 5 years?
2 years in Orange
Two?
County? Yeah.
Two,
and then you
gotta
just renew it.
The
Like,
renewal
it's
is easy.
Like a DMV renewal, basically.
Yeah,
like,
probably a little smoother.
Yeah, we're like our producer Levi. He has his CCW interview with Orange County. It's just a video chat. You don't even go in anymore.
Dude, yeah.
When I first got mine, like 7 years ago, they came to my house and they wanted to make sure like I lived there. And my wife knew that they were going to do a house check, and so she's all excited that like 2 sheriffs show up. She's like, "I've been waiting for you guys." So, like, that's weird. And they wanted to see a photo of me and shoes in my like men's shoes because I wasn't home to like make sure
They're
I
like
actually lived
printing it for this criminal.
there. Yeah, now they don't.
Now they don't care. After the Supreme Court struck down the just cause thing, they don't. They don't care at all.
That's like part of the magazine,
Yeah.
all that.
But all of us bought our magazines in 2019 during Freedom Week, right?
Yeah,
boys.
100%. In this state too, right?
Yeah. For sure.
I'll never forget it because that was the night my daughter was born.
Yeah. There you
So
go.
like I was in the hospital up at like 3-4 in the morning. I was like,
Bye.
this is so irresponsible right now, but I'm about to buy a bunch of 30-round magazines.
Dude, hell yeah.
A bunch of normal magazines.
Yeah. Standard capacity.
Standard.
All right. So do you want to like give a little background, bio, little brief?
Yeah,
History
we're
on
going to
you?
start.
Well, I'm curious.
Born
Like,
in 1982.
awesome. Were you born in California or?
Yeah, no, I'm originally from here. I was born in the city of Orange, 82, and kind of bounced around Newport all the way up to like Chino Hills, and then high school in Anaheim, and then
What high school?
Catella.
Okay. Loera right here. What's
Oh,
up?
you're in
Yeah.
Loera? Man, I don't remember any of the rivalries that we had. Like,
I just remember Savannah was our biggest rivalry.
yeah, Savannah.
Fuck those guys.
But yeah, so I went to Catella, and then kind of crazy. I didn't really know what I wanted to do after high school. All I wanted to do was skate, dude. I grew up on like fucking skateboarding and punk rock, and
Hell yeah.
we were giving each other like fucking, stick and poke tattoos back
Oh, yeah.
then in the late '90s, and I don't know where my dad had gotten these magazines, but he had a bunch of the old tattoo magazines.
Yeah.
And, so looking at that, and that was kind of just what my life was about. But I didn't really have like a direction, so I was like, fuck it, I'm joining the military. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. I want to go shoot guns. I want to go blow shit up and do that. And so I left. I joined, signed up in March of 2001, and then my ship out date was September 11th, 2001. So that was
No
like,
way.
yeah, dude, I was at MEPS down in San Diego
What a
doing
day.
the naked crab walk and getting the doctor to lift your nuts, and like towers are getting bombed, and
No
it's pretty
way.
crazy, dude.
That's gnarly.
So we left like 2 days later.
What branch were you? Sorry.
Navy.
Navy.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I joined the Navy, and left, like 2 days later. I ended up going to a CB battalion. I did schooling for like a year and a half, maybe 2. And then I was with the Bees for about 4.5 years. So all in all, I guess that math doesn't add up. Schooling for about a year and a half. And then the rest of the time was with the Bees out in Wainimi. And then I got out. Still didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But, I drew a bunch and was getting tattooed like on deployments when we could. And I just kind of fell into it, man. I was like doing construction and like working on cars and partying a fuck ton and, doing all that. And then my neighbor was a buddy of mine who actually tattooed me, and he kind of gave me the push. He's like, dude, you always come in here with shit, images, tattoos that you want to get. And they're like pretty fucking close because, looking at fucking magazines.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, that looks sick. I'm going to do that. Like, I want that on my fucking hand or my neck or my leg or my back or whatever.
So you'd bring him drawings that you did?
Yeah, I was that fucking asshole. But I mean,
I did that too.
I was never like, I want it just like this. I was like, dude, this is just kind of the concept.
Yeah.
Do whatever with it. And so he'd draw his shit up and I get tattooed. And then he kind of pushed, he's like, why don't you just do this? And so I got some machines, and I can't remember if I did any tattoos. I definitely tattooed out of the house for a fucking moment.
Yeah,
yeah. But I don't remember if I did any. But I think I did a couple before I was trying to get an apprenticeship at FTW. Well, I was trying to get an apprenticeship with him, but he was like, dude, I've been tattooing less than 10 years. He's like, I'm not going to apprentice you. So
good on him.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
A lot of people.
And well, nowadays it's a whole different story.
I mean, apprentices with apprentices.
Dude, this is the late 2000s.
Yeah.
It's a whole different world. Like there was no Instagram, there was barely Facebook, and everybody was on fucking Farmville back then. Dude. But yeah, so I ended up getting an apprenticeship with at FTW with Lucky Bastard.
Oh yeah,
and
awesome.
I worked there for a while, apprenticed there, and then I left that shop due to some, we'll just call it like conflict of interest with one of the other people there.
Yep, that happens.
Yeah, you know that well.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. I mean, you get those fucking personalities
just don't
together,
jive,
and they just don't. Yeah, not with him, but with somebody else. And so I split and went back and worked with my buddy Paul, who kind of pushed me into it, and met my buddy Aaron. Now my buddy Aaron Cox.
Oh, rad.
Yeah, he owns Black Palm now.
Yeah.
I worked for them too for, I think a year. Learned a bunch from them. I learned how to draw at FCW.
Okay, cool.
Learn where the heritage comes from, and the respect and all that kind of shit.
I feel like Lucky would be a really good person to learn that from.
Yeah.
Like you can see in his work, like he's definitely like an illustrator, a drawer. Like a true like artist.
Yeah. And you should see his fucking reference wall, dude. Just like books on books on books. And
that's something that's lost as well.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Everybody's got an iPad and the images on there. And
I remember at my shop, like when we cleared out the reference books, it's like, it's kind of a sad day. Like I came up like later, so I didn't use them a ton, but it's.
When did you start tattooing?
So I was in 2012,
not too far off.
2011 is when I started my apprenticeship, and so I got like a tail end of it, and then like I feel like I was kind of in the transition
Instagram
period.
Was going pretty full force.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Everything's on the gram, and it's like a double-edged sword in my opinion.
It is, man, because I all my mentors were more of the old school and like would push me like, hey, yes, you can pull up a Google image reference, but like you should be hand drawing this stuff as much as you can, and it's gonna like help you in the long run, like if you just
draw by hand, right?
So I use an iPad, but I use it like a sketch pad. So I'll do like red pencil on the iPad.
What's easy to sit on the couch when you're at home with everyone. And
so I used to sit on the
work,
couch with a light box and my tracing paper, and now it's like, oh, it's just smaller. Like I can still, because I don't know about you, but I draw like the night before while my wife and I are watching Netflix, whatever, and it's like on the iPad.
I will beat myself up, dude, if I'm doing it the night before. If I don't prep, like at least a week before, I will fuck my own world up.
Yeah,
dude.
stuff your shit up.
Good for you. That's awesome, man.
That's me, dude. Like I don't have that knack to. I mean, I do, but I don't like to. It's that like walk-in mentality. Like a walk-in comes in, they want a this and that tattoo. That's money walking in the door. I don't want it to leave. I want their money and I want that experience and whatever the fuck they want. Like I'm gonna draw it right there.
Yeah.
And but like traditional tattoos, I've been doing them for so long. The majority of them I can get them, done pretty. Like I could draw it on the spot. But
awesome.
The bigger, more elaborate stuff, I have a vision in my head, and then I kind of like I'll sketch it out on paper, take a tracing, whatever, sketch it out on paper. I'll use reference. I'll go back to. I just did like a Rock of Ages, and I got that. Do you have that Rock of Ages book, that little one? Where it's just all Rock of Ages. It's like a tattooer. I think it's like a Tribal Publishing.
Okay.
There's like Bob Roberts and like Ed Hardy and like just everybody's in there on top of all the the old vintage stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like looking at that, and then looking up angels because the dude wants angels on the sides. He doesn't know what he wants on the bottom, but I like change shit up so much. I like, I'll draw it, sketch it, color study it, and then I'll be like, I don't fucking like that. This needs to change, or this is lacking. And so my mind's always,
You definitely, I admire that process. Like, and it definitely shows in your work, especially like in your more large scale, back pieces and sleeves and stuff. It's like, damn, I tend to do more smaller things. So, what about you ever draw stuff on? Like, how do you feel about that?
Every day, dude.
Yeah.
All the backgrounds all get drawn on.
Right, for sure.
Like dude, I just listened to that Philip Liu podcast, and like he said it in there. Horiyoshi told him, and I think somebody told me this. Actually, a few people have told me this, but it's like the images are there. And like you have to figure out how to make the background just work with the body and like work with the image and really tell the story. Yeah. So like it's it's one thing to figure out the shape of a snake, but if you have water going in and out of it, and then you have clouds at the top, and then you have to add cherry blossoms and then some peonies or whatever, you got to really pick those spots. Like the bicep, what do you want on the outside? What do you want facing the front? What do you want facing the back? Like making, those snapshots of, those 3x3 snapshots of the whole tattoo really interesting, and, color theory and like all that. And, it's a lot, but, like I fucking enjoy it, man. I love it, dude. And drawing stuff on, like, that's another thing Eli was telling me about. I don't know if that's going to get in here, but
we might be able to clip some of what we talked about in the beginning or something like. I don't know. We'll figure that out.
But yeah, Eli was, that dude's drawing shit on all the time. So when I was a 3-4 year tattooer when I went over there, and I'm watching him draw on a back piece of like, fucking whatever. I'm just like watching him. He's like, yeah, bro, you got to draw it on. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
He's just like, go for it, just try it. And
it's amazing to see though. Like, it's like the artist that I was going to before I found Alex. He would just draw everything on. Yeah. And just like you're like this is all drawn on.
Yeah, exactly. Wild. So like if you
and it's just like drawn on and then just tattooed insanely fast. Yeah. I was like, dude, this is wild.
And that is so fucking nice, dude, when you have a tattooer that tattoos fast.
But also like I hear like compliments, like he's told me before, like I'm like the perfect like specimen to like tattoo, because I'll just like, I kind of want this, look good, yeah, sure, and then like my body like tattoos well. So he said he's tattooed me a few times now.
Like, got good skin.
That's perfect.
But like it's like like I just want this, what make it fit. I don't know, fucking I don't care. Like just roll with it. And like I don't. Oh, can you move this over? I don't fucking care.
No, dude, and that's like, dude. I mean, I've had. I don't know. I don't know if I give that vibe off anymore of like. yeah, we can move it over like 6 centimeters.
Yeah.
Like I've literally had somebody say to me on the tiniest fucking tattoo on this girl's shoulder, she's like, oh, can we move it over like 3 centimeters? And I was like, okay. And then so I move it over. And then she's like, oh, can we move it back over like a centimeter? Literally put it back in the same spot. And she was like, perfect.
Dude, I don't know what it is. It's the small ones. Like you can do a full sleeve on someone and they're like, cool, run it, no changes, all good. Like huge thing. And then you do the smallest tattoo on someone and they're like, I don't know what causes that, what it is, but
Pinterest. Even though I still use Pinterest like a motherfucker.
It is a good reference finder.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little Japanese Matchbox. They've got these like perfect little designs on them. Yeah, I think with the bigger scale tattoos, I think those people have already done, at least from what I've experienced, is those people have had more time looking at your stuff. They've had more time researching really what they want, and then they're just like, look, I know this is what you do. Like this is the concept that I want. Like I just tattooed a Marine that left for deployment like a month ago. We did 2 sittings back to back, started a tiger and a samurai on him. And he came in with like shit off Pinterest, but like cool stuff like the Kuniyoshi prints and like all those kind of old prints.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I don't really know how it's going to work. And I was like, dude, don't worry about it. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's my job.
Yeah. I was like, I'm going to make it work. And he's just like, I kind of just want it at the waistline. And I was like, you don't. And I was like, you want it to at least come down a little bit. And I was like, let me get some of that ass and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, dude. He's like, all right. And we got a solid fucking outline on him. And, usually they're just like, yeah, and I want tattoos on him. Or, yeah, I want peonies or, whatever. I'm like, okay, I'll figure out where they're going to go.
Yeah.
I'll figure out how it's going to work. Because I fucking do this every day.
Yeah.
They see this stuff. I mean, there's got to be a point where you like release that control, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think too, it takes for me personally as the artist, took me some time to find the confidence to interject myself more and like, like not just do what they say or what they ask. I know I've said that before on here, but like that really took me some time, but yeah, man, the idea of like large scale Japanese work like you do like intimidates the shit out of me.
That's good though.
I put my pants on the same way you do. 2 legs at a time.
You just make better tattoos when you do.
I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, I think it's just time in.
Yeah, for sure.
And like, that's it. Hard work and time.
I mean,
well,
that's
I think
what I tell everybody.
I do have like a fully empty back, Like,
let's do your best.
Yeah, dude. And don't draw it the night before.
There we go. Well, on larger stuff, I probably wouldn't, but like I said, most of my stuff is on the smaller side, I think we all fall into our like own little niche. And,
for sure. I think when I'm doing like the bigger scale stuff, I think it stresses me out so much that I have to start researching those things, those concepts, and start coming up with like ideas in my head, and I'll sit on that for like a week or two, and then I'll sit down in the drawing room and sketch a few things out, look at a lot of reference in my home library, and then I'll get a structure, like a composition of like how I want things, and then I can start to really refine things. And
that's rad.
It just takes time.
Yeah.
We're
gonna take like a short break, a little coffee break or whatever, and then we'll jump right back in. Maybe get in some more gun stuff and whatever. All right, welcome back from our little coffee break or whatever you want to call it. We're here with Jack Mauk. So we dove into like a little bit of the tattoo stuff. Had a few questions that we wanted to get to. We always ask like if someone's in the firearm industry or the tattoo industry, where they see that industry going. So I'm really curious your thoughts on like the future of tattooing and where it's going. Yeah.
The future of tattooing?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you guys see that movie Total Recall, the new one?
Yep.
I think it was Total Recall, and they had like that machine that was tattooing everybody in like neon fucking ink.
Yep.
Let's say it's gonna go there.
Sick.
AI's
That's
already
best case scenario. I see a much more bleak future.
Yeah.
I like that.
No, I don't know, man. I mean, I think you're always gonna have the hardcore collector that wants, a hand-drawn tattoo of like some old, Burke rims or, Japanese design or this or that, whatever. And then you're going to have the college kids that they don't really give a shit. They want the cool tattoo and they're going to get it one way or another. So I don't really know. I don't know. I mean, I know AI is going to probably factor into this. I know some guys that are using AR for like concept or designs but I don't know, dude. I think it's going to stay the same. I mean, coils haven't changed. I mean, you got all these fucking dick pens, but I think they just slow you down. And like, I hear that a lot. And then
they are slower. Like I use them and I learned on coils. I know. I'm a big boy. I can take it.
I'm going to give you some recommendations, dude, on some legit shit.
Okay.
My fucking daily drivers, dude, 2 shags, the D20 and the one. The one just packs in unbelievably with color. The D20 is super good with black and gray, dot shading, all that kind of shit. All my background stuff, I use coils because they hit a little bit softer. There's more give to it.
Yep.
And so I've got I think I'm running a Juan Puente right now. I've got one of Tim's in the lineup, and then I had a couple Scott Silvias, but I fucking burned through those things so fast.
I had a lucky supply that someone at it's in Chicago. It's like a really famous traditional shop. I can't believe I'm not remembering it right now.
Talking about Great Lakes?
Great Lakes.
Yeah.
So I looked. I found it on eBay, and it was like a lucky liner, super sick, really good for traditional. And so I looked up on his page, see because once I got it, I was like, this is like one of his custom builds.
Yeah.
And so I saw that it was actually built for someone there.
Oh, really?
And I don't know if it wasn't stolen. I made sure they didn't do a post like it was stolen.
Who was the owner? Or do you want to say?
I don't want to say just in case they didn't like the machine and that's why they sold it. But I was like, yes, that was early on in my career too. I was like, this is a come up, dude. But no, I think with the pens, I think when I started, I wanted it to be like a solve all, solution.
Yeah.
And then you kind of lie to yourself, and you're right. It's so much slower for lining.
Yeah.
It just kind of does everything, but just not quite as good.
Fucking painful, dude.
But there is convenience. And it's that
you don't have a clip cord, and it's a lot nicer on your wrist, and if you like holding things like this.
Oh yeah, dude. Sometimes I do too.
No, I mean whatever, dude. It's almost 2024, and whatever gets the job done.
I want to try the hatchback irons pen the guy made.
Yeah, I heard that one's really good, and then I heard is it the Bishop? I don't really know much about these things, dude. But also when I really got into tattoos was the early 2000s, and then when I started tattooing it was the late early 2000, whatever you want to call it, 2008, 2009, and so learning how to make needles, learning how to fucking scrub tubes and build machines and all that.
Tune
kind
a
of
machine.
Stuff. Yeah, tune a machine. Really the mechanics of it, I don't really want to throw it away personally. But maybe I'm just old and hard-headed.
I mean, if it's working for you, don't change it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. I remember when I was I had 2 apprenticeships. One I did for a year, and it kind of fell through. The shop ended up getting closed, and then I started from scratch at a new shop for another apprenticeship. But in the first one, I had a machine, and I was like, I didn't know. So I told my mentor, I'm like, my machine just stopped working. I don't know what's wrong with it.
Was it a coil?
It was a coil, yeah. And so the next day
there,
on my desk is just my machine and a little piece of sandpaper or a file. Mm-hmm. And I was just he didn't tell me anything. And I was like, what the? And then I figured out to sand down the contact screw. And I was like, oh,
that carbon builder, dude, will kill you.
Yeah, but
even on the binding, the clipboard posts, and I just learned about that. I was never had any issues with it ever my whole career, and then a month ago, like my machine would all of a sudden drop voltage and just, and it's like being super inconsistent. I'm about ready to throw the thing out the window, and I'm like looking at it, and then I'm looking at my clip cord, and I'm, it's fine. And then, but that's another, benefit of having the wands, or what are they called?
The dick machines. Wands. Yeah.
Yeah. That's another, the wireless
style.
pens, is like, you don't really have to deal with any of that shit.
I will say of all of them, I've only tried a few. The wand packer, the one from Bishop, seems to be like the best all around at like getting shit done. And like you can actually pull a line with it. It is a little slower. They have downstairs, they sell canaries. So that's what that sound is.
About the Dumb and Dumber, that canary.
It's like, we getting raided? I was like, God, I didn't fucking
Move
bring
in.
anything with me, dude.
Speaking of which, what was your first
ATF.
gun?
Ooh, ATF's coming? My day's about to get made.
Dude.
Shout out to the ATF.
My first fucking, my first, I mean, when I was a kid, I had a 22 Ruger, and, my grandfather, a ton of guns. I've got 2 of his shotguns.
That's right.
After he passed. I don't know if I should say this on there, but basically I procured them from my father, who's, fucking, who knows where he is. But I saved those from him, and now I have them.
Nice.
But
All done legally, of course. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
cover
in
you
the
there.
right, the timeline and all that too. But I think, we were talking about this earlier. My first fucking pistol purchase was a XD 40.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Got both of you.
Yeah.
I still stand by it, dude. I think.
Do you still
there's
have
nothing
it?
Wrong. Fuck yeah, dude.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
don't.
a safe queen now,
Yeah.
but like she's still in there.
What's your go-to now pistol?
The 320 that I just
There
got.
you go.
Yeah, so I just bought 320. Before that was the 19.
There you go.
But man, shooting that, I needed something.
Have you ever shot a Glock 45? Not
Yes.
but
Yeah.
the model 45.
Yeah.
It's
A
like
buddy of mine.
it's
has
like
one.
it's like a 19X but
Yeah.
black. Yeah.
The 45 or the 43.
45
45 is like the grip of a Glock 17
with a
the
19
longer
frame.
grip with a 19 frame.
It's like the 19X
I
but
don't think I have
black.
shot that thing.
We're gonna have to go shooting. You're
Yeah,
gonna fall in love.
dude, I'm down.
You're gonna spend
Yes.
some money. You're gonna be like,
Oh no, bro!
What
I
the
got
fuck?
fucking. Oh, you mean I'm gonna buy one? Yeah. Hell
yeah,
I'll buy one.
yeah. 'Cause I just
yeah,
made him
dude.
shoot it, and he was like, "What the fuck? It's a cheat code."
It really is like that much better. Like my
Really?
Glock 19's not like tricked out, but it's decent, whatever.
Yeah.
And then like shooting that side by side with the Glock 45 is just like, yep,
Give me that.
it's better. Like it's just flat. Like the
So is
recoil.
it the same barrel length? Like what is it?
The
3.5?
barrel length
19.
of a 19.
Yeah,
Yeah.
4.02 or whatever.
Yeah.
it is.
And then he has a compensator on it.
Yeah,
It's
because
just-
the 43 is 3.5.
Yeah.
All the compacts are 3.5.
I have a 43 also, and I hate that gun. I have a 43X, and I
Yeah.
just hate it. It's just too snappy. And
Yes.
so I just carry a full size
Well,
everywhere.
you could get one of those barrel compensators. A buddy of mine, Austin, has one, and I shot his.
It's a little better.
19. Yeah, it's the recoil and management on it is like super nice. But then again, you got big hands and you're shooting a fucking,
Yeah, it's
tiny little compact. You're gonna have a lot of snap.
Yeah.
It's just it's gonna happen.
yeah. We're gonna have to go shooting so you can go spend some money.
Hell yeah, I'm always down, man.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, always down.
We try to get out like at least one. Well, he shoots a lot more.
I go weekly, if not twice a week.
Where do
so.
you guys go?
I belong to a private range in Paris called Rennes Ranch.
Do you live out there that way?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
I live out there and work here. So sometimes I'll like meet up with him here locally at indoors and stuff.
Yeah.
But out there it's all outdoors, so we can run and gun and
Anything you
do
want.
anything we want.
Yeah, I think
so.
I've seen some of your guys' videos.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it looks fun.
Yeah, I try to get after it. Yeah, I like to drive out to the desert, like up
Yeah.
Barstow area.
Yeah.
Like my wife and I were driving to Vegas, and we're like 2.5-3 hours into the drive. Like, and I'm like, oh, this is where I go shooting. She's like, you drive this far every time we go shooting? I'm like, yeah,
You're like, yeah, real BLM land's hard to find.
it is. Yeah.
It is.
But it's cool when you're out there and you can, you don't have to worry about other people and you can run and shoot and draw from the holster and do reloads, all those things that a lot of
worry
indoor
about
ranges won't let you do.
Flagging you and
Yep.
shit.
Oh,
I
dude.
know we mentioned that before, but Hot Road's not BLM land, people, so stop going there.
Which one?
Hodge Road, that big famous one.
Oh yeah.
Like if you look at the map, it's not BLM land, so the Alphabet Boys can come up and check you at any time.
Yeah,
because it's not BLM land.
Speaking of people flagging you and stuff, have you ever had an ND or like a negligent discharge?
No,
or
not
seen
me.
someone do something or
Not me personally, but I've definitely seen a lot. When I was in battalion, actually, it's kind of a funny story. I mean, the negligent discharges, they happen. You got knuckleheads, 19-year-olds with fucking guns. It's gonna happen. But I remember we were on effects up at Fort Hunter Liggett, and this kid tried to say he had his M16 like half reach. So you pull out the back pin and it's open like that. There's no fucking way. You can't do that. It's not your hammer's down here and your firing pin's up here, and it's just there's no fucking way. And that was a funny one. It missed one of the other guys and it hit a tank of a truck.
Oh shit!
Yeah, the
like
gas
tank.
Of the truck. Yeah.
Oh,
we were just like, and then he tried to say that, and
you're like, yeah, dude,
I was like, just give me the gun, dude.
Yeah,
whatever. Like the upper chain of command can handle that, and believe it if they want, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't fucking care. But no, not me personally. Like I've had it pretty ingrained in me that you treat every weapon like it's loaded. Don't point it at anybody. Pull the trigger. Don't even fuck around like that. Like we don't even point BB guns at each other.
Yeah.
And I got 2 kids at home, and it's it's gonna be ingrained in them. It's ingrained in my daughter for sure. So I mean, we just don't really fuck around.
Yeah.
Except with airsoft. I've lit this dude up with an airsoft gun a few times.
Airsoft, dude, like,
doing like some green side like force on force training with this dude and just lighting each other up. Yeah.
We go out to like the mountains and like
it's the only way to
night
get
vision
like,
and full kit.
Yeah.
It's the only way to get like real training. Then like if you get rolled up on, we're just airsofting, officer. Like no big deal. And then I go, oh crap, okay.
Dude,
we're just nerds.
I bought an Uzi airsoft gun because I was gonna go as an IRA terrorist for last Halloween.
Yes.
I ended up going as like the fucking party bomber.
Oh,
I had like a Tommy Bahama shirt on, and like I made like C4 packs out of Play-Doh and like real telephone wire, and I put my old phone on my chest with a countdown
so good.
on it.
So
I got
good.
a fucking baklava on, and dude, it was a hit at the bar.
Sure.
It was pretty fun, dude. They were like, is that cocaine? And is that really going to go off? And I was like, maybe.
We'll find out.
But I bought that airsoft gun, and I've had nothing to do with it. It's just sitting in the garage.
Yeah.
It's
a good tool for like CQB and stuff.
Yeah.
Because most places is like
Do you guys have a place that you can train, like 4 walls and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
We do, yeah. But like we'll wear like all of our normal kit, nods and everything, and just put on like a sacrificial lens just in case, and just get down.
That'd be fun.
Because it's cheaper than like buying like the sim round kits, which sim rounds are hard to buy right now. So, but yeah, it's like is most like realistic you can get without going live fire.
Yeah.
So it's a good training tool. Or if we like feel antsy, we can go fuck up some kids at the airsoft places.
I would love to do that one day.
There's like huge villages like near Rahagis.
Yeah.
Like
Sea
full
Village.
on like towns,
It's
like replica
that South
towns.
Park episode.
But like we went shooting with Joe, who was on the last episode. He's a MARSOC Raider Special Forces guy. We're doing some night shooting with him with like night vision, and he was saying like as far as night vision shooting, it's super easy. You push the button and you have the laser.
Yeah,
like
you got the IR.
Yeah. So I told him like we were doing that force on force like airsoft mountain shit, and I was like, yeah. One of the times like I think I hiked like 3 miles through like brush and trees, like high stepping and like, trying to like be quiet and covert, but all under night vision. And he goes, that is worth its weight in gold. Yep. Like that's actual night vision training. Shooting with night vision is easy. Learning how to maneuver and how to like master depth perception and all that stuff.
With your MVGs on.
Yeah. Like walk around your house,
Yeah.
And don't bump into anything.
So at Friday's training, we're shooting laser, and the instructor there is Rick from Achilles Heel Tactical. He's like, shooting with the laser is easy, you guys. He's like, turn that laser off, turn your illuminator on, and shoot passive through your red dot. He's like, I know tubes through tubes is stupid, but He's like, try it out. And I was like, oh, man, that's way harder.
Yeah.
But it was worth it. It was pretty rad.
Yeah.
What's your bump in the night go-to grab?
Pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right next to the bed.
Do you run like a red dot or flashlight?
Yeah. So the Glock had a Holosun on it. And then I just, you buy a new toy, it becomes your favorite.
Yep.
One gets put in the safe. And, so that 320's got the SIG, what is it, the Romeo Delta, some shit like that. And I actually like that sight a lot better. It's a 3 MOA on it, and it's just, I don't know, the Holosun one, the red dot on it was kind of
grainy.
Yeah, like it almost like pixelated. Like it was just weird.
It's just cheaper. Like if you go like,
for sure.
If you go like Trigicon, it's a little clearer.
Yeah, but then I've just got money for fucking Trigicon, dude.
I do. You can come shoot mine. I have like an SRO on my one Glock 45, and then I bought another Glock 45 because I loved it so much and put an Acro on it.
Okay.
So it's like,
I mean, it's
similar
an investment.
Yeah.
And it's
Pretty
for me,
much.
it's what's next. When I'm, ammo or this or that.
Yeah, ammo and training is what I tell everybody. Stop buying a lot of guns. Just keep your guns at minimum. Yep. Learn how to use them, and just ammo and training because that's what's really expensive.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, I've got a lot of rounds at home.
Yeah,
and
good.
I go every, I do a bulk run every year.
There you go.
To a very close California place. But,
close to California.
Yeah, remember I was telling you about that ice fishing up in Utah?
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, man, I stay pretty,
That's good.
I don't know, prepared.
Yeah,
it's something I'm curious your take on it as well. Like, I feel like the tattoo world has a lot of. There's people from all over different walks of life within the tattoo world. I feel like a lot of us are into guns and self-preservation and preparedness, if you want to call it that. I feel like having a gun in the shop is something is a long-running tradition.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I Rick Walters used to come to our shop and tell me some stories, and I'd always take the time to listen to him whenever he came by.
Same stories, dude.
Dude, shout out to Rick Walters.
Yeah,
one of my most cherished pieces was from him before he passed.
Oh, right.
That was the most painful tattoo I've ever received.
Oh, fucking bet, dude.
And it was the most awkward. It was like the most awkward tattoo too, because it was on my elbow. So he's like, sit it in front of me, and I put my arm behind me on his knee.
Yeah, of course.
On his knee.
That's the best way, dude.
And I was like, dude, this hurts so bad.
Tattooing a knee, have him fucking hold it like this.
It was like perfect for him. He's like, I'm old. You got to do it. I was like, all right, yes, sir. Like whatever you need.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like in the new world, whatever, there's so many PC people or people that are anti-gun that I feel like a lot of tattoo artists are maybe more quiet about being into guns. And I know for me personally, it was a big, I don't want to say struggle, but I kind of tried to keep that separate for a long time. And then at a certain point, it's I don't care. This is part of me and who I am. And so I'll post more gun content. And not I know followers is a super dumb thing,
sure,
but I will lose hundreds at a time whenever I post gun stuff. Yeah, exactly. I don't. Yeah.
You're like, I hate it. You're like, I hate it here.
Anyways.
Exactly.
What are they going to come in for a fucking, tiny little shit?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, but yeah, I was just curious, your take on that. I almost feel like it's almost like a dirty little secret that tattooers are maybe more into guns or more on that side of things.
From my perspective and my friends' perspective, my peers, I don't really see anybody shying away from doing anything in light of hurting other people's feelings. You know what I mean? Whether it be partying or shooting guns or jiu-jitsu or fucking this or that, whatever. You know what I mean? Or fucking people post all the time about who they're going to fucking vote for. And I'm like, all right, well,
that's cool.
Part of it,
Yeah.
But I think a lot of us, as we're getting older, are less inclined to be posting so much. I go to the fucking gym a lot, but I don't. I don't have to post to say
prove
that
you were there.
Yeah, I'm dude. I took one photo while we were at the range, and we've been doing that for a couple months, and then I'll take a picture of my chick or a buddy of mine, shooting, and but I'm not reporting in. And I don't know. But then there's the other aspect of that too, is that because you're not doing that, are you not gaining the following that you should be gaining? Like the people that would be like, I want to get tattooed by somebody that's like me, who likes to shoot guns, who likes to surf, who likes to do jiu-jitsu, whatever, all these like different things that people are into. And then we're just not posting about it. So is that, you know, it's like another double-edged sword, you know?
Right.
So,
because then if you're tattooing for hours on that person, like you guys can connect better.
Yeah. I
that's
tattoo a fuck ton of dudes that like wrestle, do jiu-jitsu, surf, you know, shoot guns, prior military, active duty military, and then everybody else, you know.
Man.
Yeah.
So keep posting, dude. If like,
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, I say do whatever the fuck you want.
people can seek out their artists that want to go to protests and stuff like that. That's cool, though.
Yeah, man. The protests, like, I'm all for it, but like, there is a lot of hypocrisy. I told you we were going to talk about 20.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get into it. That's a good segue.
No, I don't know if we should. I don't want to bash on anybody, and you know they're all still my friends. It's just, you know, 2020 was kind of a fucking crazy year.
Absolutely.
I think for everybody, for sure.
I remember when they first said like stay home, blah blah blah. Like sometimes it gives me chills thinking about it. My wife and I were in the kitchen, and I looked at her and I said, the world that we live in is now different. Forever.
Oh yeah.
Because to me it was like unprecedented that they would say like you have to stay home, you have to not go to work, or whatever.
They couldn't go to the fucking beach. Remember they arrested that dude in Malibu?
I'll never forget that. And they filled in the skate parks with sand in Venice Beach.
Yeah.
But I remember I told her like the world is now different, and like I didn't even at the time realize how true that statement was. And now looking back, I'm like, wow, it really did from that point change.
Yeah.
Like in a drastic way.
Yeah, everybody's like teamed up now. Like it's team this or team that, and like.
Yep.
I mean, but I fucking blame the internet. You know, the internet's
100%.
like the best and the worst thing to happen.
Internet and
you know,
media.
to society. So much information out there. For either side, whatever you want, whatever side you're on, or this or that, or whatever you know argument you have, you can find a just cause for each side.
Yeah.
You know, and.
So like there was like struggles on both sides. Like I'm sure you guys,
Dude,
I know you like had to shut down for a while, and there was dudes like me who we got busier and they made us go to work because I worked for the government.
Yeah.
And then I would get the whole lot of must be fucking nice to be able to go to work. I was like, dude, like we're going to work on the unknown phase. That first like month or two, people were like, are we dropping dead? Is anybody dropping dead? I was like, oh no, we're not dropping dead. Fuck it, let's go. And like, and dude, they like. Working for the Navy at the time, they just ran our dicks into the dirt.
Yeah.
Because the world gets shittier, we get busier because that's what we're doing. We're just loading ordnance on ships all day. That's all we do.
Oh, I know where you're at.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's all we do. So like right now, the world's getting shitty. We're
Yep.
fucking slammed. Like
Busy
it's like,
again.
dude. Everyone's like, "What do you think about that?" I was like, "I don't know. Overtime's coming my way. Like I don't know."
Maybe I'll be able to buy a house in this fucking state.
I got
You
one.
know, Good
I
for
got
you, man.
lucky.
You got
Right
you get in at the right time.
18, right before all the shit got wild. So
Perfect time.
But yeah, people were like, "How do you feel? Must be nice." I was like, "Dude, the
Yeah,
only
don't
thing I
hate
miss,
on me,
yeah,
Yeah.
you know?
but people will do that.
Hey.
The only thing I miss about like the whole COVID lockdown was traffic.
Dude,
There was none.
Yeah.
This is my favorite time. I
know,
was like, can we
know.
can we get another pandemic going on, please?
we were. So I was living in Long Beach at the time, and then we were going up to my buddy Ian Jones and his wife and their daughter. Like our daughters are about the same age, so it's like a 2-year difference. So and him and I and his wife are like we're all best friends, and you know he tattooed at True when it was open, and I was at Port City in Long Beach, and everything shut down, and I was just like, we're not gonna fucking sit here. I was like, we'll just go up to Redondo and go hang out with them. They got a backyard. They just adopted a dog, and like, just go hang out. The girls can hang out. Him and I can hang out. I was like, this is more than ample time to go surf and like do whatever we want. And then so we thought that was gonna be the case, but we ended up just, dude, fucking boring. Like it was fun for a while, hanging out, doing movie night, and like all that stuff, and then reading books and working out and like, but you know the jiu-jitsu had like stopped. You know, everything stopped. Tattooing, you know, you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that, you couldn't do anything. So it was like everything we were doing was at home. It was good because I got to spend a lot of time, a lot of quality time with my daughter. You know, my friends.
Awesome.
But yeah, man, I got antsy real fucking quick.
Yeah.
And that lockdown shit did not.
Yeah, man.
last.
That's when my trouble started with like the Instagram stuff, because I was very outspoken against the shutdowns and Newsom and stuff.
Same.
And people took it as a political thing, and I'm like, this isn't political, this is personal. I don't give a fuck what party you're with. You shut down my business and my way to make money. Like that's personal, dude. You know, like it's not political, but that was a wild time.
Dude, Tom sued the city, and I think, what was it? Oh, him and another two, I don't know, corporations or people. Like it was like a group lawsuit against the county, and they actually won
good for them,
for us to be attached to like the hair industry, the beauty industry, because they were letting all the barbershops and hair salons and nail salons and all that shit open. And
tattooing was the last thing to open.
Like, not allowed to. And we're like, okay, fuck you. But we want it to be, you know, legit and legal. You know, and like not have the windows boarded up and all that kind of shit. And
never thought I'd feel like shame or like for like doing my job, you know, or like guilty. You know what I mean? Like when you had to sneak in and have your client sneak in. It's like I feel like I'm doing something wrong and I'm just working.
I kind of liked it.
I did too. It was a part of it. I was like,
like Target and Starbucks stayed open the whole time because you know.
All right, I think we have a few minutes left. Is there any parting words or anything you want to plug, like your shop, social media, or anything like that?
Fuck the ATF and Gavin Newsom. I guess you can reach the shop at. Let me start that over. So the shop I work at is Firestone Tattoo. It's in Downey, California. We have an Instagram and a website, and then you can reach me basically through their Instagram at Jack_Mauk. Same shit.
MAUK.
MAUK,
Yeah, we'll plug everything on the description.
Yeah, perfect.
Awesome, man. I can't thank you enough for being here and coming on. And
can't wait to go shoot with you.
Dude, I'm down. Yeah, man. We'll figure it out. Like, I'm always, like, I can always do Sunday. I'm always down.
Sunday gun days
Sundays
the
are
best.
good.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Awesome,
Leave
brother.
early shit in the morning.
All right.
Yeah. Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Killer, man.
Yep.